Welcome back. This is technically supposed to be like Sherlock Sundays, but since the new Sherlock Holmes game is releasing in just about a week, I figured that it was time to go back to playing the last Sherlock Holmes game we played, which is Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper. So give me a moment while I set it up here. With the cat in the way so I can't see my screen. Thank you, hon. There, it should be good now. Hopefully. Right. I have a save file from like today or yesterday. And that is because I lost my save file. And let's see. Due to a PC hiccup. So I had to replay all the way up to where we were last time, which was outside of the Gentleman's Club. We just spoken with Abraham.
This building is the Great Synagogue of London.
And I hope there's sound. Where we were last time, which was... Yes, there is sound. That also reminds me, I have to turn the music off because I got hit with a copyright claim last time. So, Imperial Club.
I have no reason to go that way.
Is that not where we're supposed to go? Where are we supposed to go? Abraham, what were you talking about? And the woman, he only saw her from behind. I don't know, maybe we're supposed to...
I have no reason to go that way.
Not that way. How about this way? This is very dark.
Nothing of interest here.
Nope. Are we supposed to head into the...
Closed.
No, it's closed, okay. So, backtrack. Back down this creepy alley. Where did I come from?
This dark and narrow passage leads to St. James's Place.
Oh, maybe we should head this direction then.
Nothing of interest here.
Never mind. Right, we have a map, sort of. St. James's Mitrai Synagogue. Do you have any hints for
We
me?
must, first and foremost, locate the 3 exits leading to Mitre Square, Watson.
Ah, okay. So I am technically doing what I'm supposed to, which is run around aimlessly.
This is Mitre Street, from where Watkins, the constable who found the body, came. Well, let's find the spot where Edow's body was discovered. Nothing of interest here.
Does that say on the map as well? No. Was it here in the dark, maybe? If I were to hide the body, it would be in the dark. This is very dark as well, I'm sorry. Could we hear? And then this direction. No, we... Watson, do you have a flashlight? Of any kind, really. A torch, a lantern. Right, so he came from here. Ha! There's a lantern.
Take the lantern, Watson.
There we go, now we can see.
Watson, we are now in the exact spot where poor Eddowes tragically ended her days.
This spot is very dark, Holmes.
That is probably why our murderer chose it. A thimble is located right beside one of the victim's hands, just like Chapman's sachet of pills and Stride's pastils.
This looks very grim.
Do these objects spread out by the victim remind us of anything, Watson?
Yes. No, I suppose I'm Watson, aren't I?
Part of this apron is missing. We will follow up on that shortly. The main incision goes from the sternum all the way down to the groin. The murderer opened this abdomen as if it were an animal carcass. A kidney was removed. The uterus was removed.
That's a lot.
The head is turned towards the left. The murderer must have been on the right side of his victim. Let's look at her from the front.
Oh, God. He took her nose. This is kind of graphic.
The nose was cut. The eyelids were cut off.
This is very gruesome.
There is but one wound, Watson. It goes from the left side and descends in a slight oblique towards the right side.
It's a lot of
The
blood.
eyelids were cut off.
Is there anything else? There's apparently more I need to investigate on.
The head is
face.
turned towards the left. There is but one wound.
Anything on the ground around?
The cheeks were slashed to make them thinner.
Are we done now? Yes, good.
These intestines were pulled out altogether to grant access to the abdomen.
Anything else?
The inside of the thighs is clean. Once again, there were no sexual relations between the victim and her murderer.
My goodness, Holmes, it was a slaughter.
Oh, yeah.
Understand, Watson, that our killer had neither the time nor the conditions to bother with the niceties. He had no more than 7 or 8 minutes at most to kill the woman, open her up, and all the while in total darkness.
Holmes, it's a woman, a poor victim you're talking about.
Consider all the time this man lost and the risks that he actually took by cutting the victim's face and the lower abdomen in around 20 precise spots, especially the lungs and the liver. These attacks, which I considered gratuitous, are in fact nothing of the sort and have as much sense as the removal of the organs. Watson, we must now consult our timeline. We began in Dutfield's yard, but this time we will try to recreate the actions of certain people, in this case, those of the 2 policemen.
Rightio, 1:30 AM, PC Watkins entered the Mitre Square. That's over here.
1:30 a.m. PC Watkins didn't see the corpse while on his rounds. If PC Watkins did his rounds properly, and there is no reason to doubt this was the case, as he discovered the corpse a quarter of an hour later, the murder hadn't yet taken place, and there was no one in Mitre Square, unless they were hidden among the shadows. Enter Mitre Square via Mitre Street